Hi guys, Sabarish here. Now we move on to the next topic, additional compute services. So till now we have seen only EC2 instance which provides the compute service along with network and storage. So EC2, even though it is reliable, flexible and scalable, a little bit of management is required. If you log into your AWS account and then check out EC2 instance, if you are creating a new instance, you are supposed to fill out some required details in that. Like you'll have to choose what subnet you want it to be in. If you want a notification for that, you'll have to assign for that. So it requires a bit of management in that. But Amazon also provides services that are a bit lenient from the management perspective. That is, there are other compute services where you don't have to do the management job there. So this is where the term serverless comes in. Serverless services are where you cannot see or access the underlying infrastructure. You just have to provide the criteria for your application, and the instances are created and the management is done by the AWS services itself. So all the management related environment, that is like provisioning, scaling and the high availability and the maintenance perspective, are taken care for you by AWS. Let's see one such service. It is called AWS Lambda. So it is one of the serverless compute option. It allows your code to be uploaded to Lambda function. Your code here means like a code repository, and the Lambda function is designed to run code for 15 minutes. So from this time limit you can see that it's only for short time processes, and I've given a note here saying that it's not recommended for long running processes like deep learning. So it's for a short code that you want to implement at that time. So this is the diagram for AWS Lambda. There are two most compute services provided by AWS. They are Amazon Elastic Compute Service, ECS, and the next is Amazon Elastic Kubernetes Service, EKS. These both are container orchestration tools. Container here represents a package for your code. It's like a code repository, like where you store all your codes in there. And it's like consider your GitHub repository like an example. That is a container, and here a container represents that. And container here in AWS means a Docker container. Let's see what that is later. So how to choose the right compute service? Till now we have seen like 4 types of compute services. How do you choose from that? So you will have to choose it based on your requirements for your application. If you want to host traditional applications, want full access to the OS like Linux or Windows, and you want to manage the tasks that you want to do for the application, you choose EC2 instance, the one that we saw in the earlier videos. If you want to host short running functions or service oriented applications or event driven applications, and you don't want to do you don't want to do all the management work, you don't have a need for managing servers, you choose AWS Lambda. And we saw that AWS Lambda is for running short processes. If you want to run Docker container based workloads on AWS, you choose orchestration tools, where you can either choose ECS or EKS. But now we come to the question, what are cloud orchestration tools? Let's take an example. You're creating a recipe, and in your case your application is going to be a recipe, and the ingredients are going to be the cloud resource that you use, the one that you use for compute, the one you use to store, and the one you use to network. These are going to be your cloud resources or the ingredients that you need to create a recipe, that is your application. So what does orchestration do is that it is a head chef. It provides all the resources, it deploys applications, it scales the resources and helps in monitoring the resources. So it does all the jobs for you, and you are like the owner here. You just have to appoint a head chef who will create the recipe with all the ingredients he has. So this is what cloud orchestration tools mean. So this is it for this video.